Thank you, Dr. Small. How many of you have noticed the Live image on the program and throughout the summit? Many? Okay, so here to tell us about Live and the Live pregnancy app is Nolan Mikowski from eimagine, and also he's a friend of Live. Nolan?
Hi, thank you, everyone. He hit it right in the nose. That is literally my job title, is friend of Live. So what does that mean, and what does that mean for all of you? I'm going to talk about that a little bit today, talk about who is Liv, what does she do, what do we hope that she can accomplish in the future. And before I do that, I want to get a quick scope into everyone here. Please raise your hand if you were at the Labor of Love Summit last year. Oh, I love that. Thank you for coming back. Thank you so much. And for all of you newbies, you probably aren't as familiar with something else that we're celebrating today. Obviously, the 6th annual Labor of Love Summit, but it's also Liv's first birthday. So we are very happy to celebrate her first birthday today. Thank you, yes. And just as I'm sure all of you Facebook whizzes out there see, people love doing kind of the pictures of their child with a chalkboard of their favorite interests. So that's what I did with Liv today. And this showcases what she's been up to and what she enjoys. First thing that I want to talk about is how she enjoys helping others. Enjoy helping others with the education that she provides, with the support that she can provide, and how she can do that with all of you. And she has been downloaded over 5,000 times in this year, which is great. We are very happy with that. But we know that we want to see more. And if we want to see change, we need more of that. The next thing I'm going to talk about is how she's so photogenic. I am too, but I think you'd rather get a picture with her. She is in the back, so please take a picture with her. She loves taking photos with all of you, and she has so much fun meeting everybody. And I like to be her little sidekick when we get to that. And lastly, what I'm going to talk about today is the partnerships that she's been creating. She has over 200 partnerships already. Most of that is all of you today. And we're going to talk about what those partnerships mean and then what those partnerships can be in the future. And as we go into that, I want to give you a little bit of a timeline of how Liv was created. And the idea of Liv began about March of 2017, where we had a full of people and said, we have all of this education, we have all of these resources, we have all of these people who are here to help. What's a way that we can engage in these women when they're not only with us? And a mobile app is the idea that was created from that. And then that sparked Liv. So again, last year at the Labor of Love Summit, that's where Liv came. And we have seen such great progress and such amazing work as a result of her. And since then, what we've been doing is really cracking down on her brand. How can she be more than just an app? She is the Labor of Love app. What more can that mean? And what more can that mean for the entire state of Indiana? And there's 3 things that I've really been focusing on, that she's been focusing on to make that happen. The first thing is her voice. So not only being in an app, but expressing her voice over social media, over earned media, over video, over photos, whatever that is. The second thing is engagement. So engaging with all of you, engaging with the different men and women in Indiana. And the third thing is just showing support. At the end of the day, Liv is giving support of all the phenomenal, all the fabulous work that everybody in this room is doing. When I talk about Liv to different organizations, I say that she couldn't be what she is, and she can't go to where she wants to go if it wasn't for the tireless hours, if it wasn't for the dedication, if it wasn't for the hard work that all of you are doing on a daily basis. And it's because of that we can use Liv to have that education, have those resources, and show them to everybody in Indiana. And what I'm going to try to do is we're going to go through the app a little bit, show a little bit of the navigation and what she is. So the first thing that you see right now is what I like to talk about the most. It's her map of resources. So within Liv, entire map of resources of places that will be important to people that use the app. For example, you'll see as I'm navigating through Indianapolis, I'm going to go to a local WIC clinic, I believe the Rockville WIC clinic. You'll see a brief description, you'll see a phone number that you can call right there, an address, and there is even a car there to help someone if they don't have transportation needs, make sure that they can get those. Next, you can search by resource type. We're going to select Women's Services, and you can see that only the Women's Services will then show up on the app. And I can zoom out. Again, it's the entire state of Indiana that is focused in this. If you want to search by a specific location, specific resource, you can do that. Search by zip code, miles distance, whatever it is to make it the easiest navigation as possible for a user of Live. And the next one that we're going to show right now, I believe, is the personalization that Live has. So you can see right now it was on pregnant. Live helps anyone that's planning, pregnant, or parenting. And the information is changed for whichever stage that person is in. And the personalization and the experience in the app is different with where you are. As you can see, I have pregnant selected, 32 weeks pregnant. I know I'm looking pretty good for 32 weeks pregnant right now. And at that stage, my baby is the size of a bicycle helmet. You can see the size of a baby. But just as important, we can see what your body is going through right now to tell a woman if she's feeling, for example, exhaustion at this point, that that's natural. Those are feelings, those are things going on in her body that should be happening, and there's information about that just to give that sense of clarity for anyone that's in there. And the next part of Live that I want to show is the articles, the education. So just as we've been talking about throughout today, there's so much education that needs to get out, and that's exactly what Live is here for. So as you can see, I went to the library here where we literally have hundreds of articles that are relevant to anyone using the app. And based on the personalization that someone selects is shown that way. You can go to the category type, you can do a content type where we have everything from Mythbusters to how-tos. Here I'm gonna go to a checklist, and I'm gonna select the packing your hospital bag checklist. So if someone knows that that due date is coming soon, can have that checklist and see everything that needs to be in that hospital bag. And again, as I go through this education, these articles, all of this is peer-reviewed. All of this is seen by medical professionals. Many people in this room played actually a large part in this, so that gives a sense of clarity of the information. And you can see here I'm going to the Ask Live feature, so if you have a question, there's something you need to know that wasn't in the app, you can ask Live yourself, or there's even a spot there where you can call the mom's helpline, and there's a number right there that if you select, your phone will go right to it, press dial, and you'll get in touch with someone at the mom's helpline immediately. So again, those are really the top features I like to talk about Liv. Those are really the things that make her special, the parts of her that make her unique, and are really important, again, to just showcase the amazing work that's going on in this state. Next, I want to talk about where we're going, talking about where Liv is going and where we want her to go. And I'm going to feature a few of those right now. First thing is co-sponsored events. So Liv and I said she likes to travel. We love to get in my car and hit the road. Little things that we are planning right now, for example, are Lunch and Learns with Liv. Working title, I'm working on it. But those are examples of things that we can go to your, let's say that you're having labor classes or your baby showers. Liv would love to attend those, love to talk to everyone there about her, about everything that she has in the app. Next, a feature that we are just rolling out right now is SMS texting. So as I talked about Mom's Helpline and asking Liv over email, you can also text Liv, and she can answer your questions that way. Again, just making it as personal as possible, making it as easy of a communication way as possible for people that are using Liv. Next is Twitter. As a millennial, the first thing I had to do is I had to give Liv a Twitter account. And you will see on the bottom left is @the_Liv app. So if you follow her right now, you can see she's been tweeting like crazy at the summit today. She likes to showcase the work going on around the state. She'll talk about things outside the state, research trends. We try to make Twitter as engaging as possible. Next, something that's going to come in 2019 is the Live newsletter. And what that is going to be is another education resource specifically for people like you. So the idea of the Live newsletter won't be as much of the end user, but more of the practitioner. So that's a place where you can see more in depth of what are your colleagues up to, what has Live been up to, what is the new research that we are seeing and that the department wants to get out. We're working on how often it will be. We'll say about monthly. We'll see how tired Liv gets and how often she wants to do that. But if that's something that you're interested in, would love to talk to you about that and get you subscribed to that. Again, it'll be around 2019. And the last thing is staff trainings. When I go around and talk about Live, or even today, I've had many people come up to me and say, yeah, I downloaded Live or I've seen it, but I don't really know how to work it and how to go through it. Liv and I are more than happy to help you go through it, help you show how to navigate through the app, how to personalize it, and how to get the most out of Liv. And this part I think is pretty fun, and this should work. It should work. This is a QR code, and it shows how easy it is to download Liv. Have to give you a plug. So if you have not downloaded Liv, you can do it right here. It's literally as easy as pulling out your phone right now. You go to your camera, it goes right to the QR code, and she downloads that easy. So I'm not saying you have to do it right now. I'm not going to ask you to get out your phone right now. But we have this QR code, I think, on about every piece of material you have at this conference. So as you can see, we kind of want you to download this app. So yeah, anytime you see that, I encourage you to download it. And if you have any questions, concerns, if you're working on something that you want us to address, or there's something in the app that you think maybe this isn't quite right, please let us know. Liv is only 1 year old. She's still, progressing. We're still trying to make her the best app that we can, and we can't do that without the help of you. So again, my name is Nolan, friend of Liv. I love saying my job title. And as I leave, one word that came up today that has resonated with me is compassion. And that's what Charles talked about. And I just want to tell all of you how much both myself and Liv have seen the compassion in this room and from all of you. As someone who has not been in this profession and someone who has not been in this arena for a number of years, like many of you, you welcomed us very quickly. And anytime that I come and speak to any of you, you have been more than helpful and more than grateful to bring us in and to help us as we try to get Liv out there and try to have Liv support you and let you know of all the great things that you are doing for this state. So once again, thank you on behalf of Liv. We are in the back. Please see us later and have a good day.